In this session we're going to have a look at quotas. Now you may ask, why do I need quotas? Well, as you go and put projects away and each of them saves a version on the server, you're using up allotted space on that server to eat away at your total quota potentially. Okay, now the way that we see our quotas is we click on the window menu and choose quotas. Now a window appears showing us our quotas, but first of all it takes a little while to appear because what's happening behind the scenes is it's going off and trying to connect to your particular FTP server. As part of the quotas, it gives you information not only about your totals and things, but gives you information about who you are and what you're set up as. Okay, so you can see here that we're logged in as user ID 113. Our login name, which is different from our full name, is myHMS. If you want to know your full name quickly, you can click under the file menu here and you can see what your full name is there, which in my case it's the same person. You can see who the default user is and the default group, so any new projects will automatically be assigned to that user and group. I can see who my default client number is and what that client's name is. I can have a look at the SQL server, so that's ensuring that I can actually connect through to the MySQL server where all the metadata is held about the projects. Now the actual projects themselves are not necessarily held on the same server. Usually they're held on a separate server, which is what this FTP server is here. So you'll usually have one SQL server where all of the account data is, and then lots of separate FTP servers where people store their actual applications. And both of those are shown up to be available. In other words, we've been able to connect through. Now every time you do searches, there is a limit on the number of searches that come back. By default it's set to 100. You can change that in your settings. That's usually enough for when we do a find of different information, whether it's clients or projects. And if you change it to a larger number here, it will remember that for this session, but next time we log back in it'll go back to whatever your default is. If you want to change this number permanently, then you'll need to go into the database settings and change it for yourselves. Now under the totals tab we can see how we're going regarding projects and other items. So here we can see that we've got 12 projects in total stored, but we can have an unlimited number of projects. It doesn't matter how many projects we have, we can store as many as we want on the server. But we do have a limit here on the side, the total size of all the projects together. So if we take the total number of projects multiplied by the size of all of those different versions of the projects, we can see that we're taking up roughly 18 megabytes out of our total 1 gigabyte worth of data. Remember, this is the compressed amount of compressed storage we have. So in reality 10 megabytes of all of our projects and all the versions of those projects is roughly equal to say 3 to 5 gigabytes worth of data. Now the actual size of each project itself is unlimited. Now that you're still within the 1 gigabyte limit, so you can't send up a file larger than 1 gigabyte, but there's no limit in this case on any project you want to set up. You can see the number of versions. It's going to, every project, every time we put it away or boomerang, it's going to keep up a floating window of the last 10 projects that we send up. We have 6 separate projects themselves. We have 1 client, 1 tweet, that's with DocHaven, and we've got $1,000 that we can use in DocHaven. Now the next tab across here is logs. This shows us the last 100, or in this case 1,000, now that I've changed it, different items within our log. So you can see in chronological order the different things we've done. Those were the boomerangs we just did not too long ago. We can see duplications, all sorts of different operations that we've done. You can sort them according to project, you can sort them according to date and time. So you can go back and have a look. If you find that something's missing or you're not sure where it is, it's a quick way for you to check all the different things that have happened for you in your account based on the logs. If you want to clear anything out of the logs, then you need to go down to Window Database, go into the logs and have a look. You'll see the same information there in the logs file, and clear them out if you need. If you want to, if things are happening and updating all the time, you can click on the refresh button and that will refresh all of this data and give you the latest logs as well. Okay, so that is how we can check on our quotas for DocHaven, in fact the whole of the Office Haven suite. Thank you.